I'm Craig.
And I'm Regina.
And this is Homegrown, a series about our journey as we turn a house into a self-sustaining home.
We are going to be growing our own food, capturing water, and generate some of our own energy.
To be sustainable as we can be in suburbia. So let's get homegrown. So here we are, episode 1 of Retrofitting the Garden. So we've got a blank slate and beautiful backyard, huge backyard. We've got 450 square metres out the back and about 250 out the front. Got a water tower. Not sure what to do with that yet, but lots of things to do. But when we first got into the house, didn't realise, but there's actually double G's. Not a nice plant to have if you're going to be walking around, especially if you're not going to have shoes on. My dogs, unfortunately, have had them in their paws. So that was unexpected. Didn't think that was going to be an issue, but there we go, got double G's. So step 1 is to get rid of them. So we're in a winter period at the moment, so it means it's going to be raining. You can see the clouds are coming in. And because we're going to go into to spring in the next few months, these guys are going to actually seed again. So it's really important to try and get them, manage them before that happens. Otherwise, we're going to have seeds for many years, and that's not going to be cool. Now, I guess conventional method, you probably spray them and try and eliminate them slowly, after year after year. But when you do spray, you're not just killing a plant, you're also killing the microbiology in the soil. And what that does is encourages more weeds to grow. So, how am I going to get rid of it? That's a big question, isn't it? And what we're actually trying to do is mimic how nature does things and go up the ladder of succession. Succession is basically how nature evolves. So you start at your basic pioneer plants, what we call weeds, and then we move all the way up to trees. So this plant is called Tribulus Terrestris. And it's a pioneer species. So what that means is it's one of the first plants that'll grow if the soil conditions are poor. And as you can see, the conditions are a little bit poor here. What we've got here is basically sand, and it also seems like there's this burnt patch here, and possibly in the past it has been sprayed quite a bit, because looking at the types of plants we're getting a lot of basic pioneer species. Now, as bad as these weeds are, they actually attract biology to their root systems, which adds nitrogen to the soil. So what they're really doing is they're improving the soil for the next species of plants. And then once the conditions are good enough for another species, they actually tend to die out and no longer grow. So that's how we can look at nature. You know, there's always these patterns that can help us figure out what we need to do. So the plan is to fix the soil. So if we fix the soil, then we're speeding up succession. And that should get rid of the weed. So how are we going to improve the soil? What I'm going to do is, first of all, pull out most of the big plants so they don't put out another generation of seed. And then I've got some manure and I'm going to sprinkle that where they've been growing, and that should add more biology and more nutrients to the soil for succession. So that means we're going to encourage, hopefully, the next generation of species. As well, I'm going to use cardboard to smother the ground. That will just suppress any new seeds that might pop up between now and summer, because we're going to still get quite a bit of rain coming through. So I'll get stuck in and get cracking. So a bit of a fun fact about this particular weed, it's also known as Horny Goat Weed. Yeah, you wouldn't think so. Well, it is horny, so it makes sense. But it has medicinal properties. What I've read about, it might increase libido. But if you've got some at home, you know, and your libido needs some female or male, by the way, doesn't matter. Could be fun, but you know, we're not here to do that. We're here to make a food for us. Well, unfortunately the weather got the better of us at the moment. The storm came in. We knew it was coming. We knew. We saw it. But kind of puts a bit of a halt, unfortunately, on the old plan. We're going to put the stuff down and then layer it, but I don't really have a raincoat at the moment, so can't really weather the rain. These guys can though. Puppies are loving the rain. But that's okay. I'm gonna get the car, drop off all the stuff, put it underneath the porch here, and then if we get a little bit of a dry spell, then we'll get back out there. So we'll see how we go.